Good day, fellow creatives. This is your boy Dolex Image, and you are welcome to my channel once again. In this video, we are going to be looking at how to change the background of your images, and not just how to change it, but how to do it realistically, okay, which you can also even transform to photo manipulation. Okay, before us are two sets of images. This is the before and this is the after. Okay, so if you look at these images, even when you don't have a seamless background, a normal background, a kind of background that you so much dream to make use of, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to achieve all these backgrounds and to come up with this kind of images and deliver it to your clients. If at all you are just watching us for the first time, please kindly subscribe to this channel, and if you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for watching again. Okay, fasten your seatbelt and let's go on another beautiful ride. Okay, so I'll be going to the image. This is the raw image that we are going to be working on. Okay, so if you look at this image now, this is what we have. The first thing I'll be doing is to change it to Instagram size, which is this. From here you come to your crop and you come to your 4x5, which is this. Okay, so it's already on my Instagram size, but let me just increase it a little bit to fit into the sizes. If you notice, we have a kind of white background here reflecting on both sides of the image. So you just come to your rectangular marquee tool, left click, make sure it does not touch any part of the image. So you can see it does not touch the ear, it does not touch the clothes, it does not touch any part of the model. Okay, so Ctrl T to transform and just drag this out a little bit, enter, Ctrl D to deselect, and do the same thing here, left click, Ctrl T, and hold down the shift button and drag this down out a little bit, enter, Ctrl D to deselect again. Okay, so having expanded our image, the next thing is I want to duplicate, Ctrl G. The essence of the duplication is so that if I make any mistake, I won't have to come back to this again. I'll just have to start from here. So because I've duplicated it, so I'll be able to delete one of these and start all over again. So that's why I love to duplicate so much. You may not just duplicate if you want it, but I prefer to duplicate. Okay, so quickly, the next thing we are going to be doing is come to your quick selection tool here. If you use the latest version of Photoshop, I use 2019, you will find quick selection tool and you will find the select subjects function in there. Okay, so click on the click select subject. Okay, so as you can see, this is what we have. The AI has already selected a whole lot of the image for us. So what we are going to be doing now is to these areas that are not well selected, for instance this part have not been selected, come to your polygonal lasso tool, and for us to be able to do somewhere within this place now, we have to come to our subtraction. This is your subtraction and this is your addition, so we have to come to our subtraction. So do it this way, left click, gradually left click until okay, so you can see it has selected that area. You will do the same thing here, still on the subtraction. Okay, so but because of our time, I will have to fast forward this part. If at all you have not really mastered, you don't really get this area very well, you can just watch my other videos. You find I took my time to do all of this within that video. Okay, so for instance, let me show you the addition. Okay, so this is still a part of the subtraction here. You can see okay, Now let me show you the addition part of it. Change this back to addition, and the addition will be able to add this. You can see this place has not been added to the image already. Okay, so and this is what the addition will do for us. Okay, okay, so you can see what the addition has done for us, but because of our time I will have to do this behind the scene, and I will be back to show you guys after I'm done. Stay tuned. Okay, you are welcome guys. You can see, as you can see, I'm done with the whole selection now. I've selected everything, all the parts that seems not to be well selected by the AI has been well selected now. Okay, but if you notice something here around the strands of the ear, this place, you can see I added a bit of the background to it. The reason is because I want to get the strands of this ear perfectly, so there's no issue about that. I'll show you how to go about it. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to mask it, mask this layer, and turn off this first layer. Double click on this and it will take you to another interface entirely. So you can see what I just showed you earlier around here. A bit of the background followed it. So what we are going to be doing is to come back to your refine edge brush tool. You'll be on this addition sign and increase the size of your brush. Just clean this background. Don't mind that it's touching the ear, it won't affect the ear in any way. So I'll just reduce this a little bit as well. Okay, so I will do that. I will apply that on all the areas that it seems the background is still visible on. So the next thing, let's take a proper look at it. Okay, so we are done with everything. Okay, so let me come back here and change this back to the subtraction. If you look at this place is not well selected. Okay, so I'll just do it this way. Okay, so let me see, I think I have a bit of the background here as well. Okay, so we can just leave that like that. Okay, so since we have verified that everything has been well selected, now the next thing you will do is to come to this side, come to this, may be on output settings here. Your own may not be displayed the way it was displayed earlier on, so you open it up and you come to layer mask and choose layer mask. Okay, you press on OK and it will take you, but return you to Photoshop. Okay, the next thing you are going to be doing is turn on this layer and click on this layer as well. So Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. On the duplicated layer, which is the background copy, hold down the Ctrl button and left click on this mask. Okay, it will select the image back again for you. So the next thing you are going to be doing is to come to your select and come to your modify and expand. Okay, so now what we are going to be doing is either you expand by whatever figure you like. I prefer 8, so press on OK, and the next thing you do is notice this background copy. By the time I press on delete, the background copy here, the image within the background copy will be deleted. Okay, delete. You can see it's been deleted already. Okay, so you Ctrl D to deselect. So what we did was, the first one we removed the background from the model from the background, and the last one we just did now, we removed the background from our model. So this is it. Let me show it to you. Okay, turn off this layer and turn off this layer. This is removing our model, separating our model from our background. Okay, let's turn off this layer and let's turn on this layer. This is removing our background from our model. Okay, so you can see what we just did earlier. Now with first one, we removed our model from the background. Second one, we removed our background from our model. Okay, let's turn off this layer and turn on these two other layers. Okay, so what we are going to be doing is to blur out this background, because I don't like the way it seems rough. Okay, so what we are going to do next is to come to our filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. Okay, so already it's on 112. Okay, and I think I prefer it this way. Okay, let me go with 107. You'll be wondering, this seems to have affected the model itself. Okay, it seems the model is being blurry. Never mind about that, don't get yourself worked out about that. Okay, so come to OK. By the time you turn on this layer, and it will, your image will become sharpened up again. Okay, what we are going to be doing now is to bring in our files. So let me go bring in the files that I used. Okay, so I have to come to my desktop, and I will have to come to look for my files called reflex folder. Okay, you'll be wondering, I named it reflex folder. Yeah, that's kudos to my brother, my friend, my boss. It means a lot to me. He gave me those files, so I decided to name the file after him. So I got it from him, so I really appreciate him. You can check out his YouTube channel as well, reflex image. Okay, so this is the file I used, and okay, I'll go bring in my texture as well. I used a texture there as well. Okay, and I made use of this texture. Okay, so now what we are going to do now is to just left click on this file and drag in into the work project. Okay, so drop it this way and expand it, let it fill in both sides. Okay, I think I'm okay, and click on enter. Okay, so if you look at it, this is what we have. And now the next thing, this does not really look good. If you look at it, it seems as if our foot shadow is gone. We don't have any foot shadow there any longer, which does not make it look realistic. So what we are going to be doing now is to just come to the blending mode here and change it to soft light. Okay, if you look at it, our foot shadow is back. If you look at it, we have our foot shadow here, we have our foot shadow here as well. Okay, so now that is one of the ways to really bring back your foot shadow. But if you look at it, this background really looks too smooth and seems as if it's too blend with the skin of our model. So we can just add texture to this background in order to make it look, to spice it up. Okay, so just that was why I brought in this texture earlier on, and I'll drag it in the same way I did the first one. Okay, so let me just hold on Alt and drag it so that it will increase on both sides, and do it this way. Okay, enter. Okay, so if you look at it, it seems it's covering the whole background anyway. So what you are going to do as well is to come to your blending mode and change it back to soft light. Okay, so now our background and our texture, everything has been well blended together, and it has really spiced up the image. Okay, so now if you look at it, what we are going to, in this image, we have this Snoot effect. So I'll be showing you guys how to create this Snoot effect. It's not really much of a hassle at all. So what we are going to do is to just come to your rectangular shape here, your shape tool here, and come to your rectangle tool and just draw out a rectangle. Okay, like this, and on top of this layer here, the rectangle layer here, duplicate it using Ctrl J, Ctrl or Command J, depending on what type of laptop you are using. Okay, so now come back to this and come to your transform, your move tool rather, and drag this downwards like this. Okay, so I can just use my arrow tool on my system to create a space between them. And I haven't done this way. Come to the layers, the rectangle layers here, the first one and the second one, and Control E to just match the whole thing together. And the next thing we are going to be doing is we want to duplicate this one more time. Control J or Command J. Okay, so with this we now separate it, okay, this way. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so with this now, let's clone stamp these two layers together. So you hold down your control button and press, you left click on it, so, and click on Control E. So you enter Control E to join everything together. So this now, just place your arrow around here. When it's turned to this arrow like this, so just shift everything. You can just do it this way. And let's reduce this a little bit. Okay, just to give us, okay, so as you can see, okay, let's just, okay, so I think I'm okay with this. So what we are going to be doing next is to hold down your, on top of this rectangular one copy tool, hold down your control button on your system and left click on this. It will select everything again for you like this. Turn off this layer and come to your adjustment layer here, go to your curves and drag this little by little up. It will start popping up again. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to now come to my blending mode and change it back to soft light. Okay, so if you look at this is the exact way with which you created this Snoot effect that you are seeing here. Okay, so I haven't done that. We have come to the end of the tutorial already. So the next thing is just to apply my LUTs and to do my color grading. So the next thing I'll be doing here is to just come to my adjustment layer, come to my color lookup. So I have my LUTs here. Okay, so I'll be making use of my bright yellow. Okay, and the next thing I'll be coming back here again and making use of my photographics cube that I have here. Okay, so now I've actually come to this end of this tutorial, and you can see this is what we have here. If you look at this before, let's go back to the before and the after of our image. Okay, this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. If at all you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video, hit the notification button and share with your friends and family. Stay safe out there. Bye.